Hi, and welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name's Jenny Sinaparatna. Grab your favorite drink and a snack, and we will get started. Today, I am drinking a tea from a friend. It's a Veda comforting tea. And I'm eating butter cookies. This was little shortbread butter cookies. They were like $1 for a huge pack. Anyway, let's get real. So a couple weeks ago, I had an event that kind of has stuck with me that I haven't been able to let go of. So I thought I would share it with you and talk a little bit about what some of the repercussions have been in my life. So I am a water drinker, just to begin the whole thing off. So I have kidney stones. So I drink about 100 ounces of water a day. That's kind of a minimum for me. I normally do a little bit higher, but I am all about drink, water, 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 water. I know I don't drink water very often on here, but I love tea too. It's kind of my thing. Anyway, so I always have a water bottle with me. It is a Flash, the superhero Flash water bottle. It's red. It's kind of clear and see-through. It's really adorable. Anyway, so a couple weeks ago, I went out with a friend and we went to a cute little restaurant and I was kind of flustered. So I left my water bottle in the car and we had a really nice dinner and it was really, honestly, really good for my soul and really good for my tummy. It was wonderful food and just such wonderful conversation. I miss that so much, that sitting down with someone and just connecting at a different level than you can via text. Anyway, and so I got in the car and I came home. I brought my water bottle inside and I went into the other room I dropped the water bottle off in the kitchen and I went to go check on my daughter and just kind of see how her night went because I had missed her night. And so just how are things going, getting ready for bed, just checking in with her, and I hear something I haven't heard in my entire marriage. And it was my husband screaming. And so I was like in my daughter's room going, "Are you okay? Did you get hurt?" And then I hear another scream. And these are like screams. I mean, they were like, oh my goodness, I was very scared. So I come running into the kitchen, which isn't that far. And I really wasn't running, let's be honest. And my husband shows me my water bottle and he was filling my water bottle with water. And as he did that, a mouse floated to the top of my water bottle. So while I was in the restaurant, a little mouse crawled into my water bottle and drowned. Yay, how disgusting. And so my husband's like, "Well, we can throw away the mouse." And I'm like, "No, you're throwing away the whole water bottle. See you later, Flash. We're done. Like, I'm not doing that." So we throw everything away. Now, because I need to drink a lot of water, I'm like, now I need a water bottle. So I decided to use one of my daughter's really cute, those metal ones with the little screw tops that are really nice. And honestly, I used it for 3 or 4 days and I couldn't drink out of it. My anxiety that there was another creature inside of my water bottle was so high. I was like, I wasn't dehydrated because I was drinking, but I was not drinking the amount of water that I'm used to drinking because I'd gotten so anxious about something else crawling into my water bottle. So I went into my car. I Googled what to do when mice get in your car. I went on Pinterest. Like, tell me what to do. Help me. So I took my peppermint essential oils and I'm out there just shaking them all over the car. Like, my car now smells like Candyland. It's a peppermint bomb has gone off. These mice are not going to be here anymore. Even to the point that we found the nest of the little mouse. And oh, I'm so sad. It was inside my glove compartment, which how in the world did they get there, right? And it was inside of my beautiful, what I called theater socks. Because when I go to a movie theater, I will take off my shoes and put on these big cozy socks because it's always cold in a movie theater. And they destroyed my theater socks. So I have kind of gotten a little crazy. Like, I was like not drinking because every time I'd pull up my water bottle, I'd look inside, I'd pour a little bit of water out. Then I'd have to fill it back up and then I could drink it. And so it just kind of got like this point I could not I'm like, I have to do something. So I went to Walmart. I spent $3 and I bought myself a new clear water bottle so I could see everything inside of it. It is not even tinted. It is clear. None of the, because there was like blue ones and red ones. And I'm like, nope, I want to see everything inside. And it has really kind of shook me to my core. Now I realize that it's a gross story. Like, I get it. And I'm really sorry for even sharing it with you. But really, for me, it has that story to share it with you, shares a little bit about where I'm at in life. So I have been really struggling with anxiety. I don't know what I'm anxious about, to be honest. You kind of get like, you just know you're anxious. The symptoms are there for me. And I'm not even sure what I'm anxious about. And so this week, I've been trying to read my Bible, and I'm reading about David. Right now I'm at the very end of 2 Samuel, and I've been taking my time and really enjoying it. And I'm in the end of 2 Samuel, and people are dying, and then there's this other conflict, and then there's another conflict, and it's with a whole new person I've never heard of before, and I just got really overwhelmed. I'm just like, I can't read this. I'm overwhelmed in life, let alone now I'm reading the Bible, and it's making me overwhelmed. So this week I decided just to pick a random Psalms. So I chose Psalm 61. Why? I don't know. Just seemed to be a good number. I know, really spiritual. Here we are, Jenny. Really, really spiritual. Just chose a random number. But I've been reading the same thing all week. And I want to read the first 2 verses to you. I don't do this very often, but this is the verse. And it's Psalm 61. Hear my cry, O Lord. Listen to my prayer. From the ends of the earth, I call to you. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that's higher than I. And then I Googled, what does this verse mean? And there's all these really wild things and really detailed, and I didn't read them. To be honest, I was like, okay, this is overwhelming. So I decided to go with what it means to me. And for me, it means lead me to a rock that's higher than I. Lord, lead me to a place that I couldn't get to by myself. I need you to get there. I need you to help me get out of this anxiety. When you look at my life right now, anybody that follows me on Facebook, you are like, boy, Jenny has got it all together, right? Okay, you probably don't, because if you really do follow me, you know I don't. But, it was just my daughter's birthday. We had we didn't have a big celebration. But, at our house, I decorate the home, and I put up the big number that's always bigger than she is of whatever birthday. So this year it's 14. So we have a big 14 on the wall. We put up balloons and decorate her bedroom and decorate the bathroom and, got all this going on. And my brand new book is out, and book sales are going great, and the podcast is going great. You look at the outside and you're like, wow, she's really got it together. And then you come to my house at 2:00 in the afternoon and you see me curled up in bed because I'm not feeling like I can even function. I'm anxious and I'm overwhelmed, and I'm like, Lord, I'm overwhelmed. I walk into a room and there's piles of books, and I'm like, I can't do anything about those books. I need to figure out how to get rid of them. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I just start spiraling. No one sees that. And just like where you are right now, no one may see your financial worries, your marital strife, or what's going on in your marriage, your kids talking back to you, or you feel like you're losing control or losing your kids. So many things in life can make you feel like you're out of control. For me, my weight has always been something that, can cause me to be anxious, because you step on that scale and it goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down. And I just want to have control. And that is not what God asks us to do, right? God doesn't ask us to have control over everything. He had the psalmist David at this point. Psalm 61 is written by David, they believe, and it was written when he was in a really bad place. Obviously, his heart is faint. He is, Lord, I'm crying from the ends of the earth. Do you even know where I am, Lord? That's what it means to me. Like, I'm crying out from the ends of the earth. Do you even know where I am, God? Do you even see the circumstances I'm in? Saul is trying to kill me. The king of the nation you live in is trying to kill me. Now, the president doesn't even know who I am. So if the president were trying to kill me, I knew I'd have bigger problems, right? That'd be a really bad day. And that's where he was. He was in a place of being hunted, and he was staying in these caves that were not glamorous. When I was in Israel, they showed us some of the caves he might have hidden in when he was writing some of these Psalms. And they were not glamorous. There was not a lot of water around. There was nothing. It was all dirt and sand. And I don't like either of those things. And he was in a desperate place. And it's okay for us to call out to God when we're in a desperate place. And that's what he's saying. I'm not even sure you can see me here, Lord. I am been yelling at you forever. Lord, hear me. Do you hear me? I am so far away, I'm not even sure you can hear me. My heart is faint. And I want you to know that even in the moments of laying in bed, not sure what to do, God sees you. He sees your pain. He sees where you're at. And he can bring us to a higher place. Now, I don't know what that looks like, because honestly, I'm in the midst of it right now. And I almost didn't do a podcast this week because I was like, oh, good. Should I go on there and talk about how horrible life is? And you know what? It's not horrible. Horrible, it's really not. My life is really good, but I'm still dealing with anxiety, and I'm still dealing with feeling overwhelmed. And I can't even pinpoint what those things are right now. Isn't that crazy that sometimes people are like, well, what are you anxious about? Why are you overwhelmed? I don't know. Okay, I wanted to scream it from the top of the roof. I don't know what I'm anxious about. I don't know why I'm overwhelmed, but I am. I know, maybe that doesn't make sense to most of you, but someone out there needed to hear that. You are not alone. You are not alone in this. You are not the only one that's walking through what you're walking through. It's okay to be vulnerable. And be vulnerable with who's safe, by the way. Don't just go out on Facebook. I didn't do this on Facebook, right? Hey, I'm feeling anxious today. Who wants to help me out? But there are people that you can reach out to. And I've had several listeners contact me with prayer requests. And I love to pray for people. That is one thing that just feel really fortunate to be able to do. And I don't always have the answers, right? A friend doesn't always have the answers. And sometimes we need to see experts, and we need to continue to do the things that we know how to do. I, for my anxiety, do not have answers. I don't even really know why I'm dealing with it this last week, especially. I'm not even sure what I'm dealing with. But I do know that means that I need to continue to drink my water, continue to eat healthy, continue to sleep because I'm less anxious when I'm fully rested, right? Continue to take my vitamin D. I know that seems really simple, but without my vitamin D, I get really low. It is something that really has helped my whole life when I started taking vitamin D. So maybe that's for you. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything. Sorry. I just completely lost it there. Anyway, whatever you are dealing with right now, I pray that you take it to the Lord and be honest with him. Don't go to him and say, okay, Lord, here are the two things that I'm going to allow you to fix. I want you to go to him and say, Lord, do you even see me? Do you even see what's happening right now? Do you see this child? Do you see what's going on? Do you see this marriage, Lord? Are you even paying attention to what's going on down here? Be honest with him with where you are. God can handle your honesty. I have said, Lord, why am I anxious? I know you're in control. I know that you've got a plan. My life is really great. Why am I dealing with this? I am. It doesn't matter. Why? It's something that I'm walking through right now. And whatever you're walking through, God can handle hearing the truth. Bring it to him and say, Lord, I need you to bring me to a higher rock. What does that mean? I don't know what it means for you. I know what it means for me. I know that I need to say, Lord, I need you to take my anxiety and help me understand what's going on. Help me pinpoint why I'm struggling and why I'm overwhelmed. Why does this pile of books make me want to not get out of bed? I don't know. The first week my book was out, and I don't want it to be about my book, but the first week my book was out, I brought a couple copies to church, just in case I ran into someone that had told me they wanted a book, because it's cheaper to buy it from me than it is online. So I'm trying to save people money, because that's really like my jam in life, is to save money. Anyway, I sat through the whole service like I should have had a paper bag in front of me to breathe into. I was like having anxiety attacks. It was crazy, because I had these books and I knew I'd have to see people, and I was overwhelmed. And the idea of selling my book is so overwhelming to me, and so like, Lord, I don't know that I want people to read this. What if it's horrible? I mean, just so many things are going through my mind, that we got in the car afterwards and I like took a deep breath, like, oh, I don't think I've been breathing for the last hour and a half I was in church. I was just so anxious. I was just like a tied up knot. I couldn't even like, ugh. And my daughter was like, so did you like the service? I liked when he said this. And I was like, yeah, I heard nothing. All I could hear is the thumping in my ears and the butterflies in my stomach of how nervous I was that I might have to sell my book to somebody. And maybe someone would see it in my purse and go, oh, look at her. She thinks she's great carrying around her own books. I mean, I was like, oh, this could be embarrassing. And honestly, it is for me. And I know that that's just a simple thing. And for me, the mouse and the books are just an example of feeling like life is out of control and having to take a couple moments and go, Lord, I give it to you. Lord, I don't know what my next rock looks like. What's the rock that's higher than mine? I don't know. But I do know that you love me and that you can hear me and that you can see me in my wilderness. And so I pray for you this week that you take the moments to say, Lord, do you see me? Do you see this? Do you see what I'm dealing with? Lord, our finances, I don't know how we're going to make it. But Lord, you do. And so reach out to someone that can pray with you, whether it's me or a friend or a pastor's wife or a pastor. Reach out to them and say, I need prayer. I need help to get through what I'm dealing with. Don't walk on this journey alone. Don't do it by yourself. And reach out to the Lord and trust that He has a better plan than what you're going through right now. Well, you can find us at christconnection.cc/Jen. You can find us on Real Life with Jenny on Instagram, Facebook, and MeWe. And you can also find our new book, The Unnamed Zookeeper, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and on Lulu.com. Or you can get it through me for cheaper. Woot, woot. I love all of you, and thank you so much for listening. I just pray that no matter what you're walking through right now, whether you're hiding from the king or you're or you're dealing with anxiety, finances, marriage, children, whatever's going on in your life, I pray that you will take a couple moments and pass it over to the Lord and say, Lord, lead me to the rock that's higher than I. Have a wonderful day.